My son had sent me Ivan's clip, and Ivan's clip was a summation of a German show that said that Derek almost died backstage. He had backstage a panic attack.
Hey guys, Ivan here with another video for today, and in this video we have some more, guess what? Yes, we have some more drama. And guys, I promise you, I'm not making up any of it. It's out there. You guys are sending me requests for a video, and you guys obviously like the videos, so I'm here to either make the videos or not, and I'm gonna make the videos. Now, in my previous video, the thing about Samson is a bit of a stretch, I'll admit, but that whole video was basically a bunch of made-up drama, so I thought it fits. But anyways, in today's video, we have something very, very interesting. As you guys saw in the intro of this video, Chris Aceto basically denies the claims, the rumors, that Derek had a cramp, a whole body cramp in the backstage due to hyperkalemia, which is basically what those German guys on the podcast said, and I made a video about it. So, in case you haven't seen that video, what those guys basically said is that after the Mr. Olympia, Martin Fitzwater came and told these guys that Derek Lunsford was cramping behind the stage, that his whole body is cramping due to severe dehydration because Aceto uses a lot of aldactone and other potassium-sparing diuretics, and he loads guys with a bunch of potassium, and that's why Derek had this full body cramp and he wasn't able to get on the stage and pose. That's apparently, based on these guys, allegedly what Martin Fitzwater said. And also William Bonac. I don't know if Bonac told them that or Martin told them that Bonac was there giving Derek water, made him drink water. But what we can hear from Chris Aceto now is a totally different story. It's actually the first story that I made on this. I thought it was some sort of anxiety, some sort of a panic attack, but people told me that it's not. And then I saw that video as well. So I made a video, corrected myself that it wasn't actually a panic attack, but apparently it was. So let's hear exactly what Chris Aceto has to say. It's a full podcast, guys. It's like a 2-hour long podcast, but I got a short version for you right here. Basically all you need to hear from Chris Aceto.
He had backstage a panic attack. I was surprised that he had asked Freddie to see if Chris could come backstage. I thought must be having a lot of anxiety. It was greater than anxiety this time. Usually when I could joke around or, there's a lot of personal stuff that I talked to him about to be able to alleviate anxiety. It was beyond that. And I saw that. Well, I'm not familiar with panic attacks either. So I wasn't sure.
Panic attacks mimic like a heart attack. Is it possible that how he was acting backstage had these other guys think that something was terribly wrong with him? They said Derek sits alone. No one talks to him. So no one knew exactly what was going on. He wasn't discussing this with anyone else.
The answer is no, because they use the words cramping up everywhere.
Okay, there you go, guys. Straight from the horse's mouth. We just need Derek to confirm this as well. But I think this is pretty much it. Chris Aceto says it. It was actually just a panic attack. It wasn't a big cramp. And as Dave Palumbo says, it makes a lot of sense that the other guys like Martin assumed that it was hyperkalemia or cramping, because a panic attack can mimic a heart attack. So yeah, that's probably what happened. Chris says no, but somebody probably added like it may have been a cramp, and somebody went with that and they said it was that. But yeah, Derek never said that to nobody. He's basically sitting there alone. It's only Chris who really knows that. What I'm wondering now is, did Derek actually tell him to say this publicly? Or did Chris actually just throw Derek under the bus to protect his name? Are these guys even working together still? I'm curious about that. You guys tell me down below what do you think. I can ask Chris as well. And I will after I post this video. So if I get an answer, I'll tell you guys. But this is what you got. Basically, it wasn't a cramp. It was what I thought originally, a panic attack. An anxiety attack, actually. It's also very interesting to hear that Derek had this issue before at other shows, and this time around it was just worse. Now, down below in the comment section, guys, you tell me, what do you think? Do you buy this story? Do you think it's just Chris trying to protect his name as a coach? But if he was doing that, Would Derek be okay with him telling a lie to the world and making Derek look bad? I don't think so. Personally, I believe it. And also somebody else, another top level coach, DM'd me. I'm not sure if I should say their name, but they also told me that this is not what happened. The cramping thing did not happen. They didn't tell me that it was a panic attack, but they told me it was nothing wrong with him physically. So you guys tell me whatever you make of it down below in the comment section. Now let's move on to the next topic. The next thing we got is about Keone Pearson, and just like I told you guys, it is his girlfriend that is coaching him now. So, of course, she took this amazing opportunity to make a before and after post. And as you can see, the left one is Keone with his stomach looking terrible and conditioning being not as great as it was at the Prague Pro. So yes, Keone definitely made some improvements. She wrote a lengthy caption. She also does add that Mr. Olympia lighting was much brighter. So yeah, she's admitting that it wasn't that big of a difference, but yeah, it was a noticeable difference. Keone was definitely better at the Prague Pro. And I'm not saying that Patrick couldn't have fixed this. I'm sure he could have, but these guys went with a different approach, with a different coach, let's put it that way, if we are going to. But yeah, I mean, his girlfriend is not just his girlfriend, somebody who looks at him and he's doing everything himself. It's actually, she's actually a coach. She's prepping other people. She's an IFBB pro. Now, somebody left a comment about Patrick, of course, and she replied. And she says, "No one discredits Patrick here. But we did not fire Patrick. I was forced to help, not volunteered, LOL. This was not my choice, but rather Patrick's. I hope you understand." Okay, now to be completely honest with you guys, I already knew this. Patrick told me, but he was like, don't share this because I don't want to upset Keone before the Prague Pro. So I didn't want to share it with you guys, but yeah, it's actually Patrick who ended things with those guys. Now, as far as the actual reasons, I can't go into that. If Patrick someday wants to share what exactly happened between these guys, he can make a video, he can go on a podcast, or he can come here on this channel and tell it all. But at this point, what we know, what is public, is that Patrick and Keone are done. It's Keone's girlfriend that is coaching Keone now, and it is actually Patrick who ended things with Keone. Whatever you guys think about this, tell me down below in the comment section. Alright, and the next thing we got is about Nick Walker, and you guys know that I was wondering who could be Nick Walker's new coach. I was also pretty sure that he already got somebody, because I'm not used to Nick being solo, not having a coach. I thought he must have found somebody already, that he probably lined up somebody before he ended things with Kyle, but apparently based on Nick, that's not the case. So he did a Q&A, somebody asked him, "You're running your own off-season?" And he says, "Yeah, going to do my own thing for a bit." Will you be using a new coach or going at it alone going forward? Just gonna do it myself for a bit. Is the next coach already decided? Not at all. I haven't even thought about it, to be honest. Okay, very, very interesting. I gotta admit, this is not something I expected. I was pretty sure he works with somebody, but I was also thinking, guys, like, he has been failing so many times due to his coaches. And he has been doing bodybuilding for a very, very long time, and I thought at this point, maybe he could take some responsibility. Maybe do his own thing with the help of somebody who's gonna just look at him, you know, instead of just like failing completely, pulling out of the Mr. Olympia, not even being in shape at 3 weeks out or however long it was when he worked with Matt Jensen. These things should not be happening if you are a pro bodybuilder at that level. I mean, okay, having a coach is definitely a good thing, but if you can't see your body looking that much off at like weeks and weeks before the show, maybe you should say something, do something, make the changes yourself. And for an experienced and a seasoned bodybuilder like Nick, what happened to him so far with the coaches is definitely strange. It's not normal. So I thought maybe the best course of action for him would be to actually go solo And that's what he's doing right now in the off season, which doesn't mean he's gonna prep alone, but at least for right now, he doesn't have a coach. Maybe if things start going nicely for him alone, maybe he continues and he does a prep alone. But I doubt that, to be honest, guys. I think he's just gonna do an off season alone, and soon one of the coaches, he's gonna accept one of the coaches, because I'm sure everybody is DMing him right now. Maybe not the top level guys, because they see how he's treating everybody. He dumped so many coaches. I heard many stories about the other coach when he was an amateur. So maybe the top coaches are not really lining themselves up for Nick, but smaller or mid-level coaches, I'm sure they're all throwing themselves at Nick right now. Now, I thought you guys might find this answer interesting. So somebody says, what keeps you grounded when stress and emotions get high? He says, never react out of emotion. Take a couple of days, analyze the situation, and do what's the best for you. Which is very interesting, especially after Kyle said that Nick always makes emotional decisions, that him firing Kyle was, in fact, an emotional decision. But here Nick says that he never acts emotionally, so you guys tell me whatever you think. And I thought this was very interesting as well. In the comment section of Kyle Wilkes' post, Matt Jansen actually posted this fist bump emoji, and Kyle responds, I appreciate you. So I'm sure these guys talked and they shared the stories. It's basically the same like when a guy dumps a girl and that girl talks to another ex of that guy and they gossip about him, they complain how he treated them. So it's kind of funny, but yeah, as you can see, these guys created a support group, and I'm sure there are many coaches that can enter that group and basically talk about how they were treated by Nick Walker. Oh, and yeah, we got another very interesting thing from James Hollinshead, who fires back at the coaches. Let's read what James has to say after he has been called out by his former coach now, Chris Tuttle. Let's hear this. The athlete is always the head case. Of course, that's what they're going to say. They make a living from people paying them to coach them. They are protecting themselves. It's sad because no one ever said these coaches are bad at their job. Parting ways quietly is our way of protecting their reputation. Making noise about these splits is the issue. Back in the day, no one cared. I've used so many coaches' services, and we know, James, and none of them had a problem. Today's era is sensationalist filled, where everyone wants to be the news. No one can do anything without making it public or filming nonsense podcasts explaining why they are not the villain. No one said you were. You opened this up to the public through choice, guys. Lots of this going on right now. Sometimes just shh and crack on is the best way. All right, he makes a point for sure, but in his situation, him switching so many coaches, I don't know if he's actually right on this one, but you guys can tell me down below whatever you think about whichever part of this video. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. For more content like this, guys, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon. All the best, and bye-bye.